He's wanted
Georgia.
He's wanted out of Georgia, Judge. He's asking for a bond. He is stating that currently he is having cancer treatments at Memorial Herman, and that he would like an opportunity to go handle these cases within the 2 weeks, as well as continue his cancer treatments.
What's he want for? And are you opposed or unopposed?
We're opposed based on the reasons. Do you want to bring him up?
Yeah. Do you mind bringing him up? Sure. Who's next, Ramona?
Judge, did Michael Bam approach you on time?
He
He left.
Who left?
Mr. Bam.
Is Mr. Ghani here?
Yes.
How was your trip here in Kansas?
Well, Ghani?
Okay.
See,
Is he planning to like drive us? Is he planning to drive us?
I mean, if he's not here, I'm revoking it at 5,001.
Because his driver.
Who's next?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, Godfrey, did you get that one?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Jacobo?
No, Judge, there's a whole.
What do you mean there's a hold? What is it? Is he here?
Yeah.
Okay, so 5,002 on both cases then. Can you take Kelly Benavides off, please? I'm still showing her attached on Jacobo. Jacobo, page 15. All right.
5,002.
Black, Charles Black.
Please. Good morning, Mr. Black. So your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond. I don't know. You know, I've never met you before. I have to get to know you in a very, very short time. I need to know several things before we set you a bond. You know, you are an inherent flight risk because you're wanted out of another state for some charge I have no idea for. So we're going to get to know you to see whether we should set you a bond or not. I don't know at this point. So Amy, tell us about Mr. Black.
Your Honor, he's wanted out of Rockdale County, Georgia for possessing, displaying false ID with government logo or seal for criminal act, and also a theft by taking of a motor vehicle. State's opposed to a bond at this time. We also see that he has a bond forfeiture in Harris County, and then he also has an open warrant in Kansas for failure to appear. Furthermore,
Did you know that?
She just told me when we were waiting on him to come out.
Furthermore, we have concerns about how he would even get back, considering his driver license was denied renewal in 2021 due to a failure to appear and driver.
Well, but I mean, there are other ways, right? But the more concerning fact is that he's got an open warrant in a different state as well. What is that for? And how long has that been open?
We're only seeing for failure to appear. I saw earlier it was from 2017. So he's been
That
out.
was in 2017.
Correct.
I've never even been there.
I'm just telling you what they're saying. They're saying that you have also an open warrant from Kansas from 2017. I can't possibly give you a bond when you're wanted out of two different states. One for 6 years ago, man. You know, have Kansas not put a hold on him?
Not that I know of at this time. I can reach out to our central records to find out.
That would be good. You know, I would like to know whether they're going to put a hold on him, you know. Has he waived yet? Do you know?
He has.
When did he waive?
That's confident.
Do you know what he's wanted out of Kansas for?
Not at this time. Dave was the one who told me.
So let's do this, because the cases that you're wanted out of Georgia, they're not the most egregious. You know, it's a suspended license and then a theft case. It's not the most egregious. My more concerning issue is that you're wanted out of a different state as well. So let's do this. What we can do, let's roll this to tomorrow. Can you, Amy, in the interim, if you can figure out, number one, is Kansas going to put a hold on him? Number two, what's he wanted for? If it's some kind of rinky-dink speeding, then I'm not worried about it. But if it's something serious, then I have issues, especially being that it's 6 years old. So let's do this. You know, it's a no at this point, pending what's going on in Kansas. So let's see what happens there. And then, you know, we can bring him back tomorrow and figure out. And I just need more information to be able to make an informed decision at this point. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Pretty much. I know somebody has been using my identity for the past couple of years because I was in Georgia, but
And it's probably a good idea for you to do something about it and not just, you know,
I reported my identity stolen and I put out a theft report for it.
I don't know what to tell you, but before I set you a bond, and you got to understand, I can't just take your word for it, right? Right. I have a lot of people that try to sell me the sun, moon, stars, tell me it's little bunnies jumping into the woods, what their cases are all about. When really. So let's figure out more information. We can bring you back tomorrow and see. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
And I also have waivers for Elijah Clark and Alana Gonzalez, who had originally set her bond, I believe it was like last week. Mother decided that they didn't want to put it up.
Really?
So,
Wow, man, that sucks.
so we got her waiver.
I'll just sign it. We'll be good. Thanks. Gonzalez on the dock today.
Yes,
Set the bond.
$1,500.
Hello,
I want to make it.
I think, so when they were going to the bonding companies, they kept saying that even if they did it, that she would still want it, they were giving her a hard time. So I suggested that they go put the full amount of that 49 cents. She told me that they were gonna do that, and then she called me, whatever day I sent the email, day before yesterday, indicated that they weren't able to do that, or they didn't want to do that, or whatever the case may be. So she's really just been
I
sitting there.
mean, it's a lot of money, and
I explained it very clearly the first time I called Judge. It's unfortunate that she didn't sit for a week. She could have been gone to Louisiana by now, I
Right.
believe. They assured me that they would before I signed the document that day.
okay, guys, thanks.
Yeah.
Does he have any prior DWIs, Alex? Do you know if he has any prior DWIs? Okay,
I'll run his full NCIC if you'd like.
please. You need to understand that DWIs are big business in Texas, watch the news. Every single day, someone dies from a DWI. That's why they have made the penalty so darn severe. A third DWI, you're looking at prison up to minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. What you're doing is you're pleading guilty to this offense. The DWI is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. And what you need to understand is that whenever you get pulled over now in the future, first thing an officer does is they're going to look at your record. If they see that you have a prior DWI, a prior PCS, and they come up to you and they smell alcohol, they smell any kind of funky smell, what do you think they're going to do?
Take me out of the car.
No, not just take you out of the car.
Take me to jail.
Probably so. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. No more proverbial slaps on the wrist. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I were you, even if you ever had a sip of alcohol, I wouldn't get into a car. It's a humongous risk that you're taking. You understand? What you have worked out is 180 days in jail to be probated for 1 year. As part of the conditions for you to complete this probation successfully, you must do a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels. You must also do what's called a TRAS. This is an evaluation to see what conditions you may need. They assess other conditions like, supportive outpatient treatment, intensive outpatient treatment. You must also fulfill those as well. No drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock, no breath test refusal. What that means is that if you're pulled over in a car, an officer asks you to submit a breath test, you must do it while you're on this probation. If you don't do it, you're in violation. If you violate this, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out. We're going to talk if you violated your probation. If you do, you're looking at 180 days in jail. Do you understand?
And so it would also be a minimum 30 days. We discussed that. On this case, so it would be a 30-day minimum.
So he's doing 30 days as a condition.
Sorry. We're pleading to,
Say it again? Oh, I see. Right.
He is aware that it would be 30 days minimum.
Right. So if you were revoked, it's a minimum of 30 days in jail. That's what they're trying to allude to. Do you understand?
Sir.
I don't see the enhancement on here, so let me see. Is it true or untrue that you had a Class A misdemeanor theft in 2018?
It's true.
It's true, the enhancement. All right. You were giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this, you are stuck with this until you complete it successfully or you get revoked. You understand?
Sir.
You still want to do this?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the office of driving while intoxicated? I will find you guilty. I'm going to send it to you to the agreement. Does this also take care of the case upstairs? They're going to dismiss the felony case upstairs. This is a great deal for you because anytime you can avoid a felony, you're winning. But you have to understand that there's only so many times, that they're going to do this where they're going to dump one in exchange for the other, especially a felony offense. It doesn't happen over and over. Do you understand?
Sir.
All right. Now, I want you to understand one more thing that, as I said earlier, TWI is big business. There is a $3,000 surcharge that we normally apply to cases like this. This is your first offense. I will waive your fee now. But if you pick up another DWI, it is a $6,000 surcharge. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. So you can imagine how much time you'd be doing if you pick up another DWI. You understand? We all make mistakes. But the idea is that you don't continue to endanger other lives by making these stupid mistakes. Get a clue. Good luck to you, Mr. Drew. All right. Thanks, Josh.
May I ask you a question?